A new analysis of data from the Small Business Administration finds abortion clinics and lobbyists received millions of dollars in emergency small business loans during the pandemic. As reported by the group Secular Pro-Life, abortion businesses received more than $3.5 million in loans from the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP. Pro-abortion lobbying groups received more than $9.3 million in PPP loans. Joining me now on Skype to help us take a closer look at this is Matt Hadro, senior D.C. correspondent at Catholic News Agency. Matt, welcome back. Good to see you. First off, I want to know, how did this happen? And weren't abortion providers supposed to be left out of these PPP loans?
So the loans were there to help employers, such as businesses and nonprofits, keep employees on payroll. And the money was specifically not meant to go for elective abortions. There were pro-life protections that were included in the original legislation. So what we saw were health centers that offer abortions as well as other procedures, and abortion lobbying groups such as NARAL, some of their affiliates, apply for and get some of these emergency small business loans. So, again, the money was there to keep employees on payroll. But as some pro-lifers have pointed out recently, that money that goes to pro-abortion organizations, even though it may not be specifically, there for abortions, it can still be fungible. It can free up resources, other resources for abortions.
Matt, what about Planned Parenthood? What about them?
So Planned Parenthood was specifically meant to be excluded from the program. Nonprofits above a certain threshold, 500 employees or more, were not meant to be getting the small business emergency loans. But in Planned Parenthood even, sounded frustration when the law was passed. They were upset that they felt like they were being excluded from the program. But individual Planned Parenthood affiliates, such as Planned Parenthood Arizona, they still applied for and got some of these emergency loans. So even though Planned Parenthood wasn't supposed to be a part of the program, some of their affiliates were still able to do so.
Have we heard from any pro-life lawmakers? Have they spoken out about this?
So some members of Congress did, voice their frustrations about this. Senator Marco Rubio called for an investigation by the Small Business Administration. Senator Kelly Loeffler of Georgia introduced legislation to specifically exclude abortion providers from getting these loans. So there were some members of Congress, who did sound the alarm about this and pushed for a change in policy.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Matt, for your time. We appreciate it, and for your reporting. Matt Hadro, senior D.C. correspondent at Catholic News Agency. Thanks again, Matt.